Hello, this is Marvelyn Brown, and I'm back again because I want to share with you the rest of the story when it comes to the WordPress editorial calendar. Now, I showed you some of the kind of front end, beginning type functionality for this plugin. This is a free plugin that you can get from WordPress, and I'm going to put a link below this video. But the thing that I want to do in this video is I want to show you kind of the second half of what happens once you get something into your editorial calendar. There's some additional things that you can do that will finish up, for example, your blog post when you're actually ready to schedule. And in this video, I'm also going to show you the Thrive Architect. Because that also helps when it comes to adding that additional functionality into your blog post that you need. I'm going to show you how that kind of works as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you haven't watched that previous video, I suggest taking a look at that, and that's going to give you the basic information on the front end, like the things that I do in the beginning of my blog post, when I'm planning out my blog post, and when I actually, just kind of get it on the editorial calendar. Those are the things that I go through. This is going to show you what I go through to get it actually into publication. So now this is basically, we're back at the editorial calendar. I'm hovering over the title. So this is a post that I did today, and I covered how I did it in the first video. Now, in that first video, we took a look at the quick edit function, and I'll just kind of click on that and just kind of give you a quick review. So in that first video, I put in the title of the blog post. I also put in some basic information. This isn't the entire blog post, but I put in some additional information that kind of gave me an idea of what I wanted to write about and what I wanted to include in this post. So now you've seen that. So now we're going to close out of that, and then I'm going to go back. Instead of using the quick edit button, I'm going to click on edit and just look at what happens. So my computer is going kind of slow, so it might take a minute, but just check this out. And this can really be the difference between someone that, it takes them a half a day to do a blog post versus someone who might be able to do a blog post in, maybe an hour or two. So this can really help you when it comes to that time that you're spending, trying to get useful content out. So now this basically took me to my blog post where I can finish it out and get it published. So now I'm going to save it as a draft just for safekeeping. I think it's already been saved, but I'm going to just do it one more time before I go into Thrive Architect. Now, Thrive Architect is a theme, and it is a theme. It's a paid theme that enables you to have so much functionality, and you can add all of that to your blog. I'm going to show you here in one moment. So I clicked on the Thrive Architect button, and it's going to take me over to my blog page. This is what the blog post is going to look like, and then I'm going to add all the pieces and show you just how quickly I can get all of that done. Now, the thing that really annoys me more than anything is this little floating bar that you're going to see here. Unfortunately, this floating bar makes it very easy for my readers to share my content. Otherwise, I would get rid of it. However, it's such a useful tool that I have to keep it. So if it annoys you, just know that it annoys me just as much when I'm trying to write my blog post. So now what this did was it took the information that I copied and pasted into the information that I took and put into the editorial calendar. It's showing it right here, and it's actually showing it as, if I click on that, it's going to show that information right here. And actually, wow, I thought I had gotten rid of all of this, so doggone it. I'm going to get rid of this so that you can see how easy it is to add it. And I apologize. We're just going to add all this stuff all over again. So basically, this is what it was supposed to look like. And so I probably didn't save after it because I did this before. But I wanted to go back and actually show you how it's done so that you can see how easy it is to just add all the various components to your blog post from your WordPress editorial calendar. So anyway, this is basically Thrive Architect, and this is how it looks. Now, disregard this little thing right here. This is not how Thrive Architect works. This is Thrive Architect right here. And then there's also a menu over on this side as well. So we're going to use this to build the blog post. So I'm going to click on this and it's going to give me a text box. And I'm going to take this text box, I'm going to change the color to black for my text. And then I'm going to change the font size because I know that there are people out there that cannot read that little bitty text. So now I've made my text black. Let me just move this out of the way. I've made my text black and I've made it larger. So now I'm going to highlight this text and I'm going to go over to my article, and I've already highlighted it from the last time I did it. So I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to come back to my article and I'm going to paste it in. So it didn't keep the large font size, so that was kind of an exercise in futility, but I'm just going to do it all over again. So I grabbed everything, I selected all by hitting Control A, and now I'm making the color black, and I'm going to hit apply. And then next I'm going to change the font size to 24 so that people who have, you know, issues with reading can actually see my article. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to add is my lead generation box. So you want to add a lead generation box to every blog post. And the reason for this is you want people who are looking at your blog post to be able to reach out to you and, you know, join your newsletter or whatever it is that you're doing to keep in touch with your readers. And hopefully you have a list. I'm hoping that that is something that you have been working on. And if not, this is something that you want to start. And, you know, I'll probably do another video on that as well. But you want to make this information as large as possible too. You know, there are people out there, especially older people, and I think because I'm kind of getting older, you know, I'm more aware of the fact that everyone can't see that little itty bitty type. So you want to make it easy for people to see what you have. Otherwise, they're going to go to another page where they can see what's going on. So now after each thing that I add, I'm going to hit save. And let me just move this back so that you can see what I've done so far. So I've copied and pasted my blog post that I did in Google Docs, and that was covered in the previous video. And so now I've added my content, my lead generation box. This is my lead generation box that will enable anybody to sign up for my list. So I'm just going to say, like this, I'm typing with one hand, this content if so, subscribe. And then I'm going to take this and make it into a heading 2 or maybe a heading 3. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. And then I might make this bold. And so there we go. Now the other thing that I'm going to add to this is a divider box. I'm sorry, not a divider box, but a divider. Okay, so where is that divider? Okay, here it is right here. So I'm going to add a divider just so that, you know, people can see that this item is not a part of the blog post. It's kind of setting it apart from the blog post. So now I've got my divider, I've got my lead generation box, and I've got my article. And now I'm going to add a visual. So I usually try to add my visual kind of toward the top. It's kind of one of those things that gets attention. And what I'm going to do is put a content box right here. And the content box, when you put a content box in Thrive Architect, it also gives you text. So I'm going to say, never suffer from writer's block again. So that basically will grab the attention of anyone who, you know, and I might even add bloggers, you know, just to grab the attention of anyone who is a blogger. So now I'm going to add my picture. I've already selected a picture that I want to use in my blog post, and I went out to Pixels and found what I thought was a really good picture, and I've downloaded it or uploaded it or whatever to my computer, and here it is. So now I'm going to wait for it to upload. Now the thing that you want to do with your files is you want to optimize those files, and you want to add things like alternate text. You might want to add a description, and you definitely want to add a title. These are things that are also indexed by the search engine. So if you've ever gone out and you've done a Google search, you'll see at the top it'll give you a choice to choose videos, images, and articles or text or whatever. So under images, if you click on images, it will bring up images that are associated with whatever your topic is that you're searching for. So if someone is searching for, you know, something about writer's block, then you want them to be able to find your article. And so the way that you do that is you put the keywords into this alternate text box. You can also put a description into the alternate text box, and that's going to show up if you share this image on, for example, Pinterest or, you know, some of the other visual image-based sites. Then this will show up under the description. And then you also want to make it a relevant title. Now I titled this image woman laptop when I uploaded it to my file, to my computer. However, you want to name it, you know, probably the name of your article. You want to make sure that this image is associated with your article. And then you might want to also add a description. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to, you know, do all of that right now just for the sake of time, but I am going to, I'll come back later and do that. So now this is the image, and what I want to do with this, I want to make the writing larger, and then I want to reduce the size of the box that has the writing in it, because I don't want it to take up the entire image. And then I'm going to make this image size a little bit different. So I'm going to make it taller so that, there we go. Let's see. Yep, right there. And then I'm going to take this image and let's see if I center it. It's probably not going to look that great. And she's kind of right in the middle. So what I might do is just go ahead and make this wide again so that it will, okay, so I'm going to make it wide, and then I'm going to adjust the line height. Oh shoot, don't want 21. Okay. Okay. All right, so I might make this 1.25. so that way it doesn't get all shoved together. And then I'm going to put a background in it. Let's see, I'll make the background white, and I'll kind of make it transparent so that you can still see what's going on in the image. And then I'm going to make this, let's say, do I want to make it blue? I guess I'll make it blue since there's some blue in the picture. And I'm going to adjust this top margin and maybe bring it over just a little bit so that it's more centered in the picture. And then I'm going to move it down a little bit. So I'm going to use this to move it down. All right, and then I think I'm also going to change the font. So let's see, I'm going to make this Playfair. I love Playfair display, so I'm going to use that. It's a little bit more, it's bold, but it's also, you know, kind of playful, I guess. And then I think I'll center this. Yep. And I might want to make this background a little bit more white. Just a little bit more solid so you can actually see the words. And then I'm going to take this block and I'm going to center it. Okay. So now I'm going to save my work. And I'm going to come back and just kind of take a look at this and see what it looks like. So now, never suffer from writer's block again. And I might do a little something different with that later. But basically, I've got my basic blog post right here. The only thing that I'm going to add now is my call to action at the end. And Thrive Architect gives you some really great tools to use for your call to action. You know, there's no worrying about formatting or anything like that. I just have to find it here. Let's see, call to action. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to take that call to action and put it at the end of my post. And I usually try to use something that stands out so that it draws attention. At the end of the post, you know, these are the things that I think you should do. And I think that what I'm going to do with this blog post, my call to action is going to be to maybe get the Thrive Architect because I am an affiliate. So I'm also going to, I have a plugin that I use for my disclaimer. So I do have a review disclaimer plugin, and I'll do another video that kind of covers that as well. It'll probably be in with my affiliate series. But this is pretty much it. I have my call to action. I have my blog post with great information. I have my lead generation box. I have my visual image. And I have my, the beginning part of my blog post. So that's pretty much everything that I need to create a really great blog post. Now, the other thing that I might do is, because I have, kind of reference some of the various tools that I use, I will probably link to those particular tools, whether it's Evernote or Feedly. Now, I'm not an affiliate of all of these, so of course, the thing that you don't want to do too is you don't want to load everything down with affiliate links, but you do want to have them kind of sprinkled throughout your blog post so that you can basically monetize that blog post, but you can also add value. You don't want to just have a bunch of affiliate links with no value. You want to give your readers value. So I'm going to add also a video from the Thrive team, because they have some really great videos, really helpful videos on how to excel at content marketing. So anyway, as you can see, this video has been about 19, 20 minutes, not 90, 19 or 20 minutes. And so, this is really, the difference between taking a half a day to do your video. When you plan kind of throughout the week and you kind of add little bits and pieces and you utilize some of the tools that I talk about in my blog posts, it really does help you to expedite the actual writing process. So 20 minutes versus half a day, I would say that is a win. So utilize some of these tools. Let me know what you think, if you're using them or if you've had experience, or even if you need help. My information is always here at the bottom of every post, so you can always reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you as well. So I appreciate your time today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.